Now I would like to introduce Jack Wang to speak about what I have learned from my parents. What I have learned from my parents by Jack Wang.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Have you learned anything from your parents? For example, telling the truth, promising, etc.? Well, I have. Today, I am going to talk about what I have learned from my parents. What do our parents do? They feed us, they drive us, they yell at us, and they teach us. Everyone learns lots of things from their parents. The first thing I learned is crying while yelling at my parents when I'm afraid or starving, otherwise they won't feed me. Just kidding. There is a very important thing I learned from my parents, is don't fear to change. When I was almost 5 years old, my family moved to Canada. It was a huge change for my family and especially for me. First, I am a kid. I didn't know why we had to move, but I had to leave all my friends behind. Second, I was not good at English as I am now. When I went to daycare, I totally didn't know what they were talking about. I used to cry, and I really didn't want to go to daycare at first. When I went there, I totally didn't understand, and I felt really weird in a strange new world, trying to speak a new language. Until now, I can still remember clearly what's my friend, which was not a friend that time, said, "I like your number 3 on your shirt." I just said, "I don't know," because I didn't understand. She repeated her statement, but I still didn't understand. That night, I asked my mom what it meant. My parents always encouraged me to face the new environment. They also went to school to study English and to make new friends. After a couple months, I adapted to the new environment. I really liked here because teachers here are very nice. But in China, I was punished by the teacher's hand just because I didn't take my noon nap. My parents usually say the only thing that hasn't changed is that everything is changing. No matter what happens, we have to face the challenge and keep on going. Yes, indeed. At last, I want to say to you that when you learn something from your parents, don't just say, "I learned something from my parents." The most important thing is that you use it in your life.